What is going on?
Up?
What's up, everybody? Sorry about the little delay.
My bad.
Thank
That's
you
me.
guys
That was
for-
all me.
Thank you guys for hopping on another Wednesday Night Live.
Yes, good to have everybody.
Want to give Debo a big thanks and shout out for hopping on our little podcast / live stream.
Sure.
Yeah,
And
I
for
like
all
the Jermaine. I think that was yours. So is that the backstory behind you two got together after that? After being on that live? Oh,
That's
that's
how
funny.
Yes, it
I was
was.
just about to say that. Yep, that's
So
how it all started.
I'm kind of the story behind the odd couple here, huh? How did you guys meet when you got married?
Yep.
Oh, actually, we were on one of Debo's lives, and
Yep. And then we
Oh,
were just
yeah.
chatting after that. We were like, yo, you want to just keep this thing rolling?
I love it.
Yeah.
So,
And now we've got it down. We've got our own jokes and everything. I mean, it's
Yeah.
yeah, we got a
Yeah.
crew. Appreciate it.
it's awesome.
Yeah.
But-
So everybody was in chat even before we even got
Yep.
rolling. We got a lot of people to say hi to. We got
Yep.
Scott, John, the whole crew's in here. My boy Chasing Kansas Bass. Go check him out.
Frank.
Frank.
Frank is actually the one that helped keep Fudge Stripe alive. So
it's so
Frank
funny,
a lot.
Debo, because
Oh, yeah.
I watch all your stuff and you got such a love for Frank. But Frank's in one of our group chats, and Frank's got a great sense of humor. I'll put it at
Frank
that.
just rips on me the whole time in there, and I actually
no, not
don't
you,
even know.
us. He just rips on us. So instead of your shut up Randy, mine is shut up Frank. So
Shut up,
I need a
Frank.
shut up Frank shirt.
I love it. I can't wait to get some Shut Up Randy shirts. I don't think he's really excited about it, but I am. So,
But Frank's a good
Yeah.
dude. Though. Like
He's a
I
good
got
cat.
some other business in Canada, and I told him I'm gonna make it my business to get up there and say what's up to my boy Frank.
hell yeah.
We talk smack,
Yeah.
but that's my brother right there.
He's one of my favorite people we know, or I know here.
Dude,
So,
it's weird because if anybody listened to like me and my buddies, we like everybody think we hate each other. But if I'm not giving you crap, or at least flipping you some kind of crap,
Yep.
I probably don't like you. It's like I'm comfortable with you. So it's fun.
That's it.
Yep. Exactly. So
Your boy Chasing Kansas. We'll definitely get you on here, brother.
totally. Yeah.
Get some
be
perspective
fun.
on things.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if any of you guys, I'm not sure if you, Jermaine, or Debo, either of you picked up anything for Black Friday. I picked up nothing at all.
Sandman, yeah.
I know you won some things though. So maybe we can go over some
I'll
things
get there.
there, Jermaine.
I got some things. I could start. Here's a good spot to start.
Hey, sorry, I'm promise I'm paying attention.
You're
I'm trying to
okay.
get. I was
You're getting your
uploading a
posts.
video here, and it's like it stopped in the middle, so it's everything just happened at once here.
Got some Debo customs over here.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I'm terrible at showing them to
They're
the
beautiful.
camera. I gotta
Just like backing up a boat.
there we go. Which I don't have, so I'm not good at. Got
Just like backing up a boat.
This one's one of my
Right,
favorites.
right,
Mr.
left.
Debo.
Yeah, the little
beautiful.
gilly looking one.
Yes.
Yeah. And then this one. Can you send me like 1,000 of these? I'll send some bread.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Look at that. It's like a copper.
Is that the
It's not
copper
like a
one?
pearl
Yeah,
copper.
that head matched that skirt. I found that
That
skirt and I was
is
like,
good.
oh damn, this looks cool. And funny enough, like brown and black is one that I don't have a ton of luck on here. Like brown and
They're
orange,
really
and a
good
lot of
around
people
me.
throw. Yeah, dude,
Brown
a
is
lot of
really
people have
good.
luck around here, and it's like I would just rather throw black and purple. And then there's other people that are like,
Mhm.
dude, black and purple don't work around here. So it's
Which I'm also excited for this.
Oh, June bug.
yeah,
Yes.
little.
That is the only color you need.
And I messed around with the skirts too, so I did like different cuts and stuff. So if there's any
Yeah.
that like you like or whatever, let me know.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try these out. I might drag one around tomorrow. I'm gonna try these
Sweet.
out tomorrow. And then this one.
Holy cow.
That's the
I don't even
pike
know what-
killer right there. I know you want to get on some
in the
pike and
world?
pickerel or whatever you got over there.
This thing
It's all
It looks-
all flashaboo.
Like a glitter bomb or something. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Look at that.
They look cool in the water. I had
It
two of them.
actually looks
Lots of
good
fun.
though. I was gonna say it does look good in the water though, right? It gets like a nice skirt.
Yeah, especially like because it folds back. Like the marabou or the flashaboo doesn't sit right, but
Yeah.
like
Once it gets
now, yeah. But once it gets wet, it looks normal, and the flash on it is crazy. I know
Yeah.
they use a lot of those for like musky
So why do muskie and pike like those over just a regular skirt? You think? Is
I
it
don't
just
know,
they're
man.
flashy?
I think it's just flash. They're very like inquisitive. So like if you throw like cowgirls or double cowgirls or cowboy, whatever these are called, I don't know what all the different sizes are. They have different sizes that I guess dictate the name of them. This one's got a hook stuff in it.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the one from your video, right, buddy?
Yeah, yep. I threw the ones in that were in
Oh,
that
yeah.
video when I was doing the thing that had the trailers on it, so you can try the trailers. And yeah, if you have any feedback on any of those, ones that are good, ones that are suck, I don't care. I like all feedback as long as it's constructive. But these are what I was going to
Holy
show you.
cow,
So these are
that's-
like the musky. This is a double cowgirl.
Crazy.
Yeah,
That's
so it's got a big,
wow.
huge treble hook at the back, and then it's got two big blades. They come in different sizes. There's
Golly.
like a cowboy, and this, and
That looks like the ones that Thunder makes. That's crazy.
yeah, these
Wow.
those guys, and then if I had one that wasn't here, the smaller one. These are the only two baits that I've ever actually had follow-ups on. So this is the Medusa, this is the mini, the regular Medusa, and then some sort of bucktail like spinner. Man, I've thrown a bunch of stuff. I am definitely not the guy to talk to for muskie fishing, but as far as big baits, those are the only ones that I've actually had muskie follow-ups on. But every muskie I've caught's always been on bass gear. So
That's
Nice.
nuts.
That's pretty cool. So
Yeah,
those are
these
some
jigs are-
dope jigs, that's for sure.
Yeah,
thanks, man.
Very
Yeah.
cool colors.
I'm trying.
yeah. You're doing more than trying, brother. You're doing.
Thanks, dude.
Yes.
Yeah, like I said, any feedback on any of those, let me know. I
Yeah,
might
let's
do.
do it.
I was thinking about, and I didn't get like stuff done in time. I needed more lead, but I was gonna do like some Christmas boxes and throw up on my site and try to do some as giveaways,
cool.
like a couple jigs, couple swim jigs, a crankbait, a top water, kind of as like a box of whatever
Shad.
somebody would need.
Oh, I like that. That one looks really good.
It's a
And
classic.
you know what's crazy is like each and every bait maker out there has their own style, and you can look at
For sure.
somebody can
Yep.
paint this blink, and somebody could paint the exact same blink, and they could look like you can tell which guy makes what
Absolutely.
bait, and like it's
Yeah.
crazy. It's super cool though, like how everybody has their own style and how you can tell which bait is this bait. You know, he made that bait, she made that bait. You know, it's always really cool.
Here it is. First smack talk of the night. Shout out to Daniel.
Yeah, I'm no shame in my my muskie game. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. They're fun though, man. It is like, and I see the appeal to like the big swim bait guys because it's I would assume it's the same kind of rush you get when you get a big huge muskie, and
Or a
for me,
frog.
big huge is probably a 35-incher following a Medusa in. And that mini Medusa is actually a pike slayer. I had a day with Randy where I caught, I think, like 6 or 7 on that thing. And you'd think, like, this is way too big. Like, but yeah, one of these, if you're looking to get into north, did I say muskie? I'm sorry, not muskie. Northern is what I meant. Pike, if I said muskie. But yeah, this mini Medusa, it's like 3.
Was it 7 inches?
6, 7, 8. Yeah, probably 8 or 9 once it gets split out. But it's essentially just 3 curly tails. It's all soft plastic with 2 treble hooks. And this mini one, Pike, absolutely crushed. So I grabbed a bunch of these when take a drink when Gander went out of booze moose. Yeah, they're really cool. Another one that I think would do really good for Pike. I've never caught anything on this. And I think I only threw it once because I was scared to lose it from the bank. But these are called the Angry Dragon, I think. So it's a chatterbait, but it's like a giant chatter blade, and then it's got a big treble back here, and then a tail, a rubber tail. So
What
you
did
just
you say
cast it
those
out and
were?
retrieve it. I think it's called the Angry Dragon.
I need some of those. I
TNA
need
makes
some.
it something. I forget what it stands for, but
I'm definitely
Yeah.
grabbing some of those for ledge fishing. That
it's
is
a dragon head.
killer.
It's the Angry Dragon. Pretty neat.
That's pretty cool looking.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. They got some cool stuff in the musky world.
Yeah, super cool. Yeah, for sure.
Or pike
I
world.
like-
I mean, pike would crush that too if you like catching pike.
Right?
Some people hate it, but I love it.
I wish I had pike around here. All I have are like little tiny pickerel, and
Oh,
they'll
yeah.
just cut your. They literally aim for your line.
Yeah,
It's
it's nuts.
just- they want to
Nuts.
cut off your lures.
I lost the
annoying.
jackhammer to a little pickerel. I was so PO'd.
Okay, full attention. Sorry, video's up. I'm off the phone. I know that's like a date. You go out on a date with somebody and they're just sitting there doing this. I was like in the middle of it, hoping I was gonna get everything done. So I know that is
Not a
Not
problem.
kind.
man.
So full attention. Phone's down.
We got my guy
Thank
David
you.
over
We're
from
good.
Burley.
Yes, we
What's up,
do.
David?
Thank you, David, for coming over.
Heather,
Got
how's it
Heather.
going?
Heather says she needs one of those Shut Up Frank shirts.
That's it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Got the whole
So,
gang here.
Jermaine, I know you won some lures from Burley,
Yeah.
Burley and Jeff over there. at
Actually, I
Burley
got a
Fishing.
bunch of stuff to
Kid.
show off. I got a
I'd love to
bunch.
see what you got.
So you got some. I'm gonna be quick because I got another little pack, but then I want to talk to Debo about some stuff. I don't want it to be all about me, but
Oh man, I'm just here to hang out, talk fishing. I'm down for anything.
we got some like.
Okay.
I think these are electric purple. I got a Debo's on here, and he's a purple guy. So
Oh, yeah.
Anything purple.
These bad boys
Love
out,
it.
yeah. That's a
Oh yeah.
Oh, man.
So now, do you throw the stupid tube, Jermaine, or do you just throw like
No.
the tube jig open?
I don't throw tubes at all. So
Oh, okay.
this is like new for me.
Yeah, so like the stupid tube was new to me. I honestly had never thrown one until Gramps was talking about it, and apparently it's a
Yeah.
good thing. I mean, I've thrown like
What?
tubes on the river and stuff, but just the open hook,
Oh,
like
wait.
the tube thing you stick in there,
Oh,
the tube
look
jig
at
head.
this.
I own one pack of
Like
tubes.
that?
Yeah, like
I've
that,
never
exactly
used
like
them.
that. Yep.
I guess they left
Oh.
one in here rigged up. Okay.
It's
shout out to
essentially
the
just a
gang.
Ned rig. It's
Yeah.
a Ned rig hook and
Okay.
with a different look.
I'm
Yeah, when
glad
you
they
pop
put
it
that in.
backwards, it really does look like some sort of crawl. Like, whoops, sorry, I didn't mean to hit y'all, but kicking when you pop it.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
Doesn't that spiral down? Doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does a spiral, right?
Yep.
I would throw some like
Okay.
spinning tackle, right? I guess.
I would, yeah.
It's
I don't
probably
know how
thin enough
heavy
for
that
me.
wire
Good.
is, but yeah, usually like a
Brandon
medium.
doesn't own any spinning tackle, so we're not going to talk to you about that. Next thing in the
Brandon's
box.
like, I suppose you could if you're a big sissy.
Yeah. So off camera, Brandon's like, "Oh, I'm going to give away all my spinning tackle because I don't need it."
I have it all sitting in a box right over there, ready for Christmas. Somebody's getting a lot of spinning stuff.
Hey, Debo, you're getting a lot of love here.
Oh, yeah.
Just the
One of
48.
my favorites, dude. What is it? Oh,
Yeah.
just regular green pump. Dude, that on a weighted jig head, probably one of my top 3 weighted wacky rig worms.
Really?
Man.
Oh, yes. I have some of those. Those are good.
Yeah.
Hey, I know that guy.
That's my first pack of these. And honestly,
Black,
This
purple, and
is
blue.
this is really dark for me. So I'm like a lighter. I just kind of use green, almost all green pumpkin or watermelon trailers. But
Mhm.
I'm
That's a
definitely-
killer color right
Yeah, and
there.
it's really just a silhouette thing. I mean, once you get down in
Yeah.
dirty water, are they going to see the black and purple flake? Like, probably not. But looks good to me. It's a confidence thing,
Yeah.
That's kind of like all black. Like just a straight black plastic is so
Yeah.
underrated. It works,
yeah,
but
for
it's
sure.
boring. Nobody wants to throw just a boring. Most people green pumpkin or like an all brown or all
Yeah.
all white. Like, oh, dude, this yellow worm would work, but if you put like this sort of glitter in it and had this sort of swirl in it, dude, that's the one where it's really like, dude, I was throwing a green pumpkin worm and I caught just as many. So
That's
Yep.
the thing with me.
Confidence.
Green
Goes
pumpkin
back
does
to
not work
confidence.
here. It is
I've,
not at all.
I'm doing my best to simplify myself with tackle. My first year back into it, like the COVID year, I went off the Richter scale. I was like, oh, let me get this color. I need every color. And then I kind of like, I just dialed it back. I was like, okay, green pumpkin, black and blue. Green
yeah, it's like
pumpkin.
what do they call it? The 90-10 rule. 90% of the time you're catching fish on 10% of your
Exactly.
tackle, or probably even like 95.5
Yeah.
is really what it's like. But
Really. I'm throwing
it's fun to
a
get out.
week.
out of your comfort zone.
But let me see. We got a little Beyblade from the Burley boys as well.
Okay.
Haven't thrown any of those.
Yeah, I don't
Me neither.
really throw Beyblades, but that'll make me try it.
I know
Yeah, not
Tactical
that
Bassin loves those, so I don't know.
Yeah, I've messed with them, but I've never tried that one. That fish lab.
Yeah. What is this? Fish Labs?
Yeah.
Fish Labs, owner hooks, half
Oh.
ounce,
Owner hooks. Oh, that's good.
Wow.
Yeah.
2 1/4 inch. And it's like a sexy shad. What color is this? Okuma?
Sexy shad. I think it's something like that. It looked like that. But real quick, I just want to give the shout out to Brent with Hashimoto Concepts in here. I
Some sick
just
stuff.
got out your bait today, tested it out. So I did some post on my Instagram. thank you so much, Brent, for sending me this. I will definitely get a package out to you. So you guys go follow him on Instagram for some super cool baits and an awesome guy. We need to have him on
Some
here
awesome work.
Yeah, definitely.
for sure. And his podcast too is amazing. Definitely go check it out.
Well, these hooks are dang good because I can't even get out the package. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
So it's kind of like it has the different holes in there for the different different
Like,
vibrations that you can add to it and everything.
There we go.
Yeah, I think like normally like the middle is like I think middle of the ground if you put it forward. Middle's for jigging. Forward is
For
I think like
reeling it.
shallow burning or something. Yeah, and then I don't remember how they all go. There's like a lot of them usually have like 3 different holes. But
Jeez.
Mhm.
For a little piece of metal, this thing is a half ounce. It's like,
Oh yeah,
jeez.
it's compact in
one
there.
spot.
There's no
It's
body
all-
to it.
Yeah, it's all in one spot.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I've never really messed with any of those before. I mean, I've heard people catching like lots of big fish in wintertime, but I
Yeah,
mean, if I'm able to catch them on something else that's more fun, then
yeah,
I'm going to catch them on that,
exactly.
you know?
Yeah.
Like if
I
you
mean, I
catch
would
them on a
really
frog,
cast
why would
retrieve
you fish a Senko, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I would cast and
So-
retrieve one of those and maybe use it kind of almost like
A lipless?
a lipless, yeah. But
Yeah.
other than that, I don't know if I'm not on the boat yet jigging stuff, but they also had a Mad Max in there. Oh,
Okay.
look at that glare. Holy sugar honey iced tea. All right. Mad Max in there. It's just a popper. I really like the red front hook and the feathered tail on that. It's a good popper.
I'm throwing that
Oh,
one.
yeah.
That looks cool.
This is nice.
Yep.
Some braid. Imminent.
Have you tried that before?
No.
Never tried it. Okay. Debo, have you tried that braid before? Because I
Mm-mm.
hear
No.
the Burley boys talking about it like crazy. So I
Yeah,
don't know if it's, you'd have to tell, like once you start using it, I'd like to hear
Off
how
steel.
it performs. Because I don't stray much when it comes to line. Like I'm
Yeah.
not sure, Debo, if you like
One
to
of those
go
guys.
crazy with it.
No, I mean I test some. I don't get too crazy with it. Like a little bit, but yeah, not a ton.
Yeah. Yeah, I stick to the Sunline FC Sniper, the T-Line or P-Line Tactical, Seagar Brazex, and then the Yozuri Super Braid. Those are the only ones I use. So
Yeah.
I've tried a bunch of others. The red labels, yeah, it's okay. I'd rather
What are
spend a
those?
little more money.
Vizex.
I've heard the Invisex is pretty good too, but I fish a lot more around
Invisex is
wood
good.
and everything. So I like having that extra abrasion resistance, which is always good.
I feel like Invizex is pretty good around cover too, because I wouldn't say I fish around cover, but
Mhm.
I get it in
Yeah.
there. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to make the cast. So I get it in there.
Yep. You like, especially with like the big baits, you should always be thinking that you've already lost the bait, so that way
Yeah.
you put it into places where no one else is
Oh,
going to put
trust
it.
me,
you know?
I do that. I
That's what
consider
you did with the
going.
slobber knocker,
Yeah.
which you really like a lot.
Yeah, but that was one of the better experiments I had. So I think Debo, you know well too. When you have that wood and you want to get a chatterbait next to it, and you're like, oh man, you get that feeling on that cast, and then so I did it with a slobber knocker, and then the next cast, I literally said, it was my first day fishing. I was like, you know what, this is terrible, but I'm gonna count this bait gone. I'm gonna throw it right in the crotch, and I'm gonna bring it right over the branches and see if the slobber knocker gets through. Because I remember Rudd saying it comes through cover better. And I
it
took a
does.
deep breath. I said,
I agree.
okay,
Yeah.
bye. And it said, doom, came through, doom, came through, doom, came through. And I was like, and I did it again. And I was like, no way. Did it again. And it came through again. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah, and
That's
it's like
pretty-
the head doesn't like when you look at it vertically and you hold the blade and try to move the
Mhm.
head, it only goes maybe I don't know 30 degrees. Where's my
Yeah.
camera here? It only kicks that much. Whereas if you hold a chatterbait, it will lay all
It'll
the way over,
literally
even when you hold that blade flat. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I have no ties to Berkeley or anything, and I think it does come over wood a lot better. But then again, if you were to pick up a cross eyes, then you get kind of the best of both worlds. You've still got your chatterbait if you
Love
like
the
that blade
cross eyes.
setup better. Yeah, but you've got the hook completely protected. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I like them both. I think the slobber knocker is, and it was one that looked cool to me. I'm like, yeah, I'll try it. And everybody was like, oh, I'll stick with a chatterbait. But again, it's like one of those, where I
like
want
it
to
a
use
lot.
it and kind of try it.
I
And
like
yeah, I
it a
thought it was good.
I think that like bait should be a bank fishing chatterbait, and then like the jackhammer should be more open water
Mhm.
grass
I agree.
situations.
Yeah,
I agree.
It comes
The
through those
jackhammer should use
way
the
better.
slobber knocker. 110%.
Yeah. What's up, TJ?
Yeah, TJ in the
going on?
house.
Jim, handsome fella.
We'll talk about the InvisX and BrazeX.
Yeah, I think InvisX is like for the longest time. I think that was kind of the standard for most people. Like, what's a good fluorocarbon? It was just InvisX.
Mhm.
It like was always the go-to answer. And yeah,
I've
I've
heard that-
had good luck with the red label. I know you said it was kind of but
Have you seen Jermaine's video?
I
with
got
the
I got
heron?
attacked by a blue heron.
no. Oh, dude, I actually hooked one. That's gonna
Twice.
go in my bloopers. Yeah. I
No,
went
and
flat and I
then
had it hooked for a
funny.
second.
So everyone doesn't even know. It happened again. What? The day. So was it my last video? No, it was 2 or 3 days after my last video. Me and Pat went out, and I jumped in the car so quick because it was like 2 o'clock, and the sun goes down at 4:30. So I forgot my camera. I jumped in the car so quick, but it literally happened again. I hooked a nice smallmouth, and the fish comes up. Smallmouth, they jump. As soon as he jumps, I look up. I'm like, Pat, he's coming in again. And Pat starts screaming, "Ah!" And it flew off. But it literally tried to run up on me again. So I
Dude,
don't
that's
know.
weird.
if my
Usually heron
friend-
are like skittish.
Somebody fed him. I think
They're not here.
I think somebody fed him. Somebody, or instead of
It's like the
letting it
gators.
instead of fighting it off, they just like got scared and gave up, gave it a fish, and now he goes. They're
Mhm.
smart.
That's
They're not
true,
smart.
yeah.
But they're going to associate food. Oh, every time I see that,
Sure.
that's a free meal.
That's like everybody with the gators here. They just feed them. It's really not smart at all.
Yeah, so they know. So as soon as they hear that
Yeah.
splash, they go, "Oh,
When they see that boat, they're like,
oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
just
exactly.
come
Let me
on
hang
over
out
there."
next to this thing. It brings me free food."
yeah.
It's association.
So I have not used the Booyah Melee jig. I've heard mixed reviews from
Isn't
it.
that their
Either
version
of
of a
you used it?
chatterbait?
Yeah,
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I heard that it did good around wood, but I thought they sucked. Yeah, I got some, and I had 3 of them, and they just didn't swim right. They spun no matter what type of trailer I had on.
No, I think I know. Is that the ones with the real pointy head?
No, those were the Mustad
Scatter
That
chat.
thing.
scatter. Yeah, those
Yeah.
things were horrible.
Yes.
I
they
hate
were.
to say it. Yeah, I hate to say it about anything, but that
I'm the
thing
same
was-
way. Yeah, I don't like to
It's
badmouth
literally the
stuff,
worst
but
thing I've
man.
ever thrown in the water.
Yeah, it's like who tested? Like one that's going to be on my list is like the Spro flapping frog. Like I really,
Mhm.
really like that frog, and it's like on the review thing of it, it's like hours or years or whatever of testing by our pros. I'm like,
Yeah,
I've literally thrown all of mine 5 times in the weight fallout. Like who the hell was
yeah. It
testing
was literally
these?
5 times. I literally 5 casts and
Yeah.
I backlashed, and on the backlash, I just heard bloop.
And I really
So
like
it's
the
like-
frog. That's what pisses me off. Is like I think they had it like so close, but supposedly they fixed. I don't know. People were saying they were reaching out to them and like were replacing them and stuff. They never reached out to me, so I don't know if they got pissed for me like talking the truth about it. But like, man, I'm behind them on it. I think they had a good lure, but
He
Yeah.
just said they were made for wood, and he hasn't used them
Okay.
yet. White whale.
yeah, mine spun white whale. Even with I think I even tried without a trail, and I couldn't get mine to work.
That is true. It is
Oh
your
my
favorite.
God. Chaws. Somebody block Chaws.
True. Yeah, Teckle makes a topwater chatterbait, which is actually a really good bait. It's like a wake bait and a chatterbait combined. It's really good. Like it actually makes a lot of sound. It's got holes in the blade and it sloshes back and forth. Really
Isn't there
like cool little
something
bait.
like the, Hellraiser?
The Hellraiser is also really good.
Hellraiser.
I like that.
Mhm.
Yes, that is a good bait. Have you
It's
gotten to
good.
play with that, Debo?
No, I got one and I can't find it. I grabbed one when they were in, I think like right when they came out, and I don't know where I put it, which is strange because I keep everything like immaculate down here. Like there's nothing out of place. There's no. Oh wait, sorry. This is a green screen. This isn't really my stuff.
That's Jim's room.
Yeah, this is Jim's. Yeah, I got his thing saved as a green screen.
They look nice
Yeah.
though. They look like they got some Nike action.
I found that they work better for vertical jigging than actually topwater. I mean, they work great for topwater, but I found I caught more fish off of it vertical jigging it on like
The
schools of
Hellraiser?
bass in the summer.
Really? Huh.
Yeah. It works. It's very similar to like a. Have you ever used like a big flutter spoon?
No, but it reminds me of like a suic, which is again a musky bait that has like a metal lip. So you'll get it to like a certain spot and rip it. Like it's got that shape with like a chatterbait on the back. So I could see that. I mean, it looks very close to that kind of shape.
Yeah, and it sinks nice and fast too, which is good. Or for that application anyway. For topwater, that is definitely not a good idea. So the fight.
Oh my god,
is
this
ongoing.
guy always says
And
this.
No.
Dude, it's not
both
even
of you
close.
have a lot of tackle, but
See, look, Caro's on your side.
Yeah. Caro knows what's up. Caro knows when he's
it.
speaking with a forked tongue over there. He's
Right.
lying.
you both have a lot of tackle, but Bassgeek is over there in the middle of the live stream trying to hold his walk-in closet closed with all the tackle, just trying to spill out of it.
When literally I can
silent.
Say wall.
Yeah, when I can say any bait and that guy's like, oh yeah, actually, right here, I got one.
Oh yeah,
That was funny. That was like a thing for like, I want to say for like almost 2 months. Anytime anybody said something to Jim about something, oh, there you go. Let's see right here. There you go.
Oh yeah.
Look, he lives up to the name well. He lives up to the name well.
Yeah, exactly. There's a reason that's his name.
He lives up to the name very well.
Yeah. So
But
I wanted to put this in here real quick. So what are like both of your top 3 favorite lures for wintertime fishing? And I know you guys like have the ice and everything. What are your top 3 favorite lures before the ice actually just starts getting there? Like what do you guys like to use?
Debo, you can start.
I would say number 1 has to be a suspending jerkbait for me. Every year I always get on like a good late fall jerkbait bite. This year wasn't that great. We still got on a decent one. A finesse jig / Ned rig is always like right there. And it always used to be like a Ned rig for me. And Randy really showed me the power of what a finesse jig can do after kicking my head in with that about 1,000 times. Like, okay, maybe I should try throwing these. Number 3, I would say a lipless too. This year kind of sucked for lipless, but usually I have like a really good fall lipless bite as well. So I would say either a lipless kind of tied with just slow rolling a paddle tail, like a 3-inch paddle tail, just knocking into everything on the bottom. And I was actually out with my buddy Nick Rundle, Cave. Cool. Yeah, and he absolutely kicked my butt throwing a little paddle tail that he made. Actually, I might have it down here somewhere. But
those little 3.3 epic prey baits, I believe.
It was hold on, okay, because it's not one that I have, and I'm like, dude, I'm gonna have to get that mold from Epic because it's. Where the hell did I put it? I think I put it on a spinning rod somewhere.
They make some great baits, and they're great people too.
Yeah, they're super nice folks.
My 3 before ice, I'd probably do a jerk bait as well. Do a jerk bait as well. I'm gonna go a flat-sided crankbait, and then either
you had some luck on that. That's for sure.
Yeah, that F4. I'm a big fan. Go get you some F4s, and then probably a Ned rig or a jig too. Yeah, everybody, take a sip. Debo's up.
Take a drink. And then you got to use Baitman's code. Use the code.
I don't know what I do with it.
10%. Well, I'm sure you find it someday, just like the Hellraiser.
Or noisy.
Yeah, they make they call it their monkey milk colors. What they mix up, and he's like, dude, it's one of my favorites. Yeah, he did a great job, and it looks awesome. He did like a confetti flake in it too. So I said it looked like Lucky Charms, like once you put the Lucky Charms in the milk. I don't know. I just saw it the other day too. I swear I've got it somewhere. I don't know.
Oh, nice.
Frank caught a bunch on the lipless.
Were they all Debo dinks?
Blade bait, mesh jig, small swim bait.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think a small swim bait is definitely one of the most versatile things you can use, like a 3.5 inch swim bait is probably good for like you can catch like crappie with it. You can catch bass,
Yep.
catch all kinds of different things with it. But Carol said up here, silent or rattling or noisy lipless. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go silent.
I don't. I would have to look. I don't know
Yeah.
that I have a silent. I have been messing
Mhm.
more with like the tungsten 2-tap, like a tungsten knocker, like in
Mhm.
in the booyahs. It's the I think they call it the hard knock or one knocker,
Yeah.
hard knock
Yeah.
versus the regular hard or one knock. But yeah, I don't know that I have any silence.
Or the 6 Sense thud.
Okay.
I think it's the thud, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
Yep.
thud. Yeah.
Yeah. I have a couple of JDM ones that are actually like just metal. Like it's just like a piece of metal that's a lipless. They weigh like 1.5 ounces. But they have a really hard hitting action because there's no like, it's almost as if it's like a big giant blade bait. And they have a much harder hitting action because it's like all solid. Like there's no air pockets in there at all. It's really, really cool action. But those have produced for me a lot. And the Silent Thunderhawk lipless. Those are two
Oh,
of my
I guess I do
favorites
have some of
ever.
those. Yeah. Yep. I
Those
guess
are
I do have the
amazing.
Thunderhawks. Yeah.
So
Yeah, they have
one
a
of the,
cool
Countless
cool
fish
style
on
on
them.
I'm a big fan of the wow, I just completely lost the thought. Wow. Is it the catch? It's the lipless crankbait. They got 2 variants. It's on Carl's, the crawfish and the
the
rattlebot.
bio. Yeah.
Biospawn rattlebot. There you go.
Mhm.
Rattlebot. I'm a big fan of the
Okay.
rattlebot. And I do that has like the knockers in it more than I throw the bait fish that has the rattles in it. And me personally, I've noticed that the rattles get smacked and I catch them on the outside of the face, and the 2-tap gets swallowed and I catch it like deep, which is
I wonder
weird.
if that's because it thinks it's just a big ball of bait over there,
Yeah.
and they don't really look, and they just run towards it.
Yeah.
And maybe
Because I
they
don't
think
know.
of
I got
like a
this like
2-tap
blue
is just
craw that I
one bait
use.
fish.
I got this blue craw I use, and every time I catch them, it's like down their throat. They get it good. But the
Really?
bait fish one, it'll be like, the back hook or like in
Yeah.
the side of
Yeah.
their face. I'm like, did you just smack this because it's annoying? You're like, shut up.
Well, that's what it's like with the
The
whopper
craw.
plopper. They're just
Yeah.
annoyed with it, or like swimming a buzzbait. Those are 2 great ways to catch fish. So we got Matt in the house. Hopefully you feel better. And along with Daniel T, you aren't feeling too
Yeah,
good.
Daniel
So
T, I saw that too. Feel better, buddy.
hope you guys feel better. And we've got Dave Jolly in the
Crud's
house.
going
He's working
around.
on making some Clyde baits. Pure Fishing has a 40% off discount code that
Ooh,
was supposed to end yesterday, but it still works today. So
really?
Dang.
that's pretty
That's
cool.
a good deal.
Wish I would have known that. Don't tell me that.
Says
Mike.
use code FRIEND40. That's pretty cool. So that's 40% off. I think the power, like the new
All right,
like
stream's
wire
over.
baits that they make.
Got something to do.
You can order and stream at the same time.
I could,
All right,
right?
let me
All
bring
right,
this
so
up here. So is that on the Pure Fishing? I want to see.
I'll get it up right here.
Yeah, go ahead, Brandon. Do your thing. This is what I got Brandon for. Debo. He's the young, technical, savvy guy.
I am not a tech guy. I need to train Randy in how to be tech savvy.
Yep, that's what I got Brandon for. So he's the man with that good stuff. Thank
Here
you,
we go.
brother. I appreciate you.
Yep.
Oh,
All right.
nice.
All right. So got all kinds of. I'm not too big of a fan of Pure Fishing as far as a brand goes because the people.
Yeah,
that
I
own
was
it,
going to ask
but-
that. How come? Because before you said you didn't like Berkeley either, right? I like Berkeley
No, but
stuff.
I've the past like couple of months I've just been like, whoa, these jigs are good. Like the spinner baits are actually like really good.
Yeah,
But the
I've
hard
tried
baits are
those.
kind of like,
Yeah.
because like there's so many crankbaits out there, so many like there's just so many squirrel crankbaits out there. What does Berkeley ones what's the difference between a Berkeley one and a striking one? There's not too much of a difference other than color and slight differences in how they
Yeah.
look. So
I think they
look
hit a
for
home run on the Fritz
differences.
side. Fritz side 5, I think, was
Yeah.
a great call by them.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
they did a good job with that. I think they did a
Just
really,
waiting for
really
it to
good job.
load.
That's so much
So,
of fishing, though.
we've got
It's like
eels.
fishing is funny because people are so brand loyal that like you get into
Mhm.
anything.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, I always go back. I revert to that as my example. But I'm a Shimano guy. Oh, I don't fish. I'm a Shimano. Like you used to hear that all the time. That was honestly why I never bought a Shimano. I was like, these pretentious like pricks fish it. Like
Yeah,
I'm never gonna
I'm not
buy
gonna be
one.
one of them.
Yeah, and then like you get it, and you're like, oh, actually, yeah, this stuff's pretty damn good.
I think that was the
Dude,
first
people are
use
just
I
so
got.
brand loyal when it comes to fishing. It's like cars or trucks,
Yeah.
you know. Oh, I'm a Ford guy. I only drive Fords.
Oh yeah, yep,
Yeah.
happened to me today. I just said, "Hey, how you doing?" "Oh, I'll never sell my Ford." Okay, just say hi.
So let's see if the
Alright.
discount code works real quick here. So that way it's a friend 40 to get 40% off, hopefully. So let's just check it out here.
40% is nice.
That's
Yeah,
that's
for
a
sure.
steal.
That's like a back in the day
So it
Black
does
Friday.
work.
Damn, that's a
Chapos,
really good
Chapos
deal.
for $7. That's a good deal right there. So it is on the
That's
Pure Fishing website directly. Not sure how the shipping works
Jeez.
there. 40% off Berkeley
They
baits.
could
So
take 2
that's a
months to
good
ship
deal.
it to me for that. I ain't about to get ice. I ain't worried anyway.
Yeah, that's a good deal right there. So definitely go check them out. Yeah, that's why I like the JDM baits because they do different things than all the other baits. They don't copy anybody, mostly anyway. So yeah, it's kind of my rant on like most of the American brands are sort of American brands like Berkeley and all those brands. They just kind of go with the flow and they're like, all right, let's make a square bill, let's make a flat side, this, that, you know. So yeah, that's just my thought on it. I'll own 10 6XDs, but if this crankbait over here in Japan does something completely different, then I'm going to buy it. So, yeah. All right.
Definitely out there with the JDM stuff. There's nothing wrong with it though. If you're catching fish on it, then
Yeah.
I'm
True.
open to it. I'm open
Only
to
problem
it.
is shipping.
Yeah,
Because I have
I'm
two Dex
impatient.
250s on order right now,
That's
and
like
they
a,
got
yeah.
lost in the mail. They're lost in the mail right now. I got the package
It's-
and there was nothing in it.
Are you
What?
serious?
So, yes. So I'm hopefully
Wow.
looking for them right now.
Yeah, see, like that I can't deal with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
can't deal with
annoying. So hoping they find it because it was insured. So anybody can pick up a Joy Thief K9 tonight. I am not. I already have a K9. And I think I'm good. But if anybody else wants one, go pick them up. Work Class Zero website.
Okay, man.
Yeah. So yeah. So are you going to? How many like more days do you guys both think you're going to get of any open water fishing at all? Are the rivers still open? Do the rivers even freeze where you guys are?
The Hudson doesn't freeze.
Yeah, I mean we're gonna have
Mhm.
river stuff, but like with my boat and stuff, I'm done for the year as far as open water stuff. I pretty much hung up that, waiting for it
I
to
still
ice
get
over.
open water. I think. I mean, it honestly it depends on like how cold it gets. I mean, around here you don't really get like ice. You get enough ice just so that I can't go fishing. I feel more or less like you can't like I think like last year all the no skating things were up because the ice never got thick enough
Hmm.
for the most
Mhm.
part. But maybe late in the season, but it's not too bad. But I just once it gets to a certain point where I'm like my line's freezing. Like last year, I think I went. We had that one weird warm week after Christmas, and I wanted to try all my stuff from Black Friday, and then I went out again, and I went to cast, and I was like, nothing happened. I went to cast again. I'm like, what the heck's going on? I'm like looking at my line. I'm like, nothing's broken when there's nothing wrong. What the heck's going on? My line was
Froze
frozen.
up.
Yep.
That's
And I was like,
crazy.
yep, that's my sign. I'm out. No.
I just can't even like imagine like a line like freezing like that. Like it's just the
Yeah.
water, like a little bit of water on the line just stops your
Well,
cast. That's
the air
insane.
temp, with the wind,
Yeah,
it's
that's
30
incredible.
degrees, 29 degrees,
So you guys just need to move down here and you can frog fish all year. That way you
Dude,
guys could
don't
just
tempt
stay
me
down.
with the good time.
It's do it.
I've
Come
thought
on,
about it.
come on,
I've thought
man.
about it.
Talk to me daily
You
about
got
it
to.
once a week minimum.
Yeah.
This is the only
It'd be
time of year
awesome.
where she actually starts to listen to me or like hear the conversation because she's like, oh, yeah, it's cold.
You're like, I got to order more tackle. I got to order more tackle. Because I don't know how like anyone who doesn't make tackle up there in the north.
It's
I don't
rough.
know how you can't like I don't know how you can survive. Like I got to be doing
Seasonal
something
depression.
related to fishing. You know.
That's why I got
This,
into painting crankbaits. Yeah, because
this,
like
Yeah.
Give me something to do.
Remember
Fishing
that,
related.
yeah.
Do it.
There's
That
only so many times you can like take out rods and reels and flip baits in your basement, or like reorganize stuff and like
Yeah.
pull lures out and just look at them before you go
Mhm.
insane.
Yeah. I like to like modify stuff. So I always like drilling holes and stuff and like adding weights. Somebody, I forgot who it was, put me onto
Brandon, why does the toilet have a hole in it again? I was modifying stuff.
But someone of the pros put like some sort of oil in a bait to make it like way differently,
I
and it was a
saw
clear
that
bait. It was
baby
weird.
oil.
Yeah, baby oil.
Really?
That's what it was. And they did
I
something
forgot
to it. It
what that
was
was, but I saw that.
yeah, it was really cool. I'm gonna try it too. And then I thought you could put baby oil in a clear bait and put glitter in it. When it
Yes.
moves, it's gonna go crazy. And I was like, that's amazing. Like
Yep, and you can cast it further. You can cast it a
It's
little bit further
interesting.
because it
I don't
gives you a
know.
little bit of weight. And then if
Yeah.
it's like you can get it a little bit
So you have to
deeper.
be like you really
Yeah.
have to be checking the buoyancy of whatever fluid you're putting in.
Yeah,
That's
I
gonna
think
mess
that
with
so
the
that's
whole-
what it was. The guy did it so that he could cast his crankbaits a little bit further and run them a little bit deeper without necessarily changing anything. He just injected some baby oil in it, and then he could
That's
get
hardcore, man.
yeah,
It's
That
pretty
is
cool.
hardcore.
yeah. That's pretty legit
Yeah.
though.
You're like,
Like,
Ron, you could have just bought a bait that dives a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Got this here.
No, no.
Well, sometimes the bait's actions change at different depths. You know, some baits swim down and actually have the action and go down there, or some baits just dive and once they hit that certain depth, they actually have the action then, which is interesting. So that's like with the mega bass. What is it? The big M. That's what they do. They go down straight, don't have any action. Once they hit the certain dive depth, they start doing the action. It's
Okay,
really cool. Really smart idea too. That way it gets down fast.
that's interesting. Dave
Yeah.
Jolly. How many tanks we caught in the F4? I caught that one really good one. I mean, I think he was 5+.
It was a good one.
It was 20.5 inches, and his belly was well off the board. So that was a nice
Good
one.
fish.
And then I caught like 2 smallies on it, 2 or 3 smallies.
Is that
Mhm.
flat side from 6 Cents?
Yeah, it's nice.
Mhm.
It's good. It's really good, honestly. I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a
Bait
6
man.
Cents fanboy, so
He's working for that
Brand loyalty.
sponsorship.
There it is.
yeah, that's it. Like,
That's all he buys. The only
We
way he
can
gets
do it.
other lures is from the
we could
All
do
right.
it.
giveaways.
All
The
right.
monthly
You want to
packs.
unbox it?
Oops.
Well, I'll give you the rundown quick. We don't have to. I don't want
Okay.
to spend too much time on it though, but I'll shoot off. We got a Crush 50 X. We got. Actually, I really like this one because of what they did too. So they got a Crush 50X, a Crush Mini X.
Mhm.
Let me see if I can go in order here. A Cloud 9 mag.
Oh, that's a good one.
So they pretty much gave you like the whole size, and then a Quake suspending, which I was thinking about throwing tomorrow. I'm actually kind of interested in that because then you can kind of
It's
do
pretty
the
cool.
whole burn and then just
Yeah.
stop.
Somebody
Yeah.
else had one of
Yeah.
those I bought or wanted to
That's
buy. I
pretty
think actually I
interesting.
bought them and gave them to Randy. He wanted to try them. There's
Right.
another kid. Is it Ima? Maybe Ima had some of those suspending. I think that's a
they
cool
do.
idea.
This was really cool to me.
Oh
The
yeah,
fact
all the
that
different
they gave you
sizes.
all 3 sizes. I'm
Mm.
sorry about the glare, but I thought that was really cool. That's the first time I've seen them do
So
that.
that way you can match the bait fish and everything. It's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
And you
I
can
like
kind
that.
of do what you like there.
They didn't put a trace in there this time, did they?
No trace. But
No.
these are really dope. Oh, man down. Just
Yep.
some belly weighted bladed rigs. And then this is where it gets juicy.
Anything custom.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, the axle.
the axle and a 1/2 ounce. This is an exclusive color in Gizzard Flash. So you can't get this. You only get this in a 6 cent sack.
Mhm.
And then hopefully camera will do me justice. These are another exclusive Shad Scream. And then the other side is Bow.
Mm.
Oh, it's a nice silver.
And a nice gold. And as soon as I got this, I sent a message to Brandon because this is like a golden shiner. And this
That's
is
our
like,
color.
yeah, it's our color.
They have like is that the 3.3 inch? Because they come out with a 3.3 inch of that too, right?
This is so yeah, with the whale, they have 4.5, 4-inch, 3.5, 3-inch.
Oh, I didn't know they had that many.
Yeah.
I think I got like the 4.5 when it
Yeah.
came out, like right when it came out, but I didn't.
Mm-hmm. So I got the 4.5s. I mean, I'm not afraid of them, but I'm kind of afraid of them. They're big.
And you're gonna be afraid of the stuff I'm sending you.
I know. I'm gonna have to get over it. But I like the 3.5 whale. Justin Royal was real big on the 3-inch whale on the back of a Mini Max. He's been talking big about that.
But paddle tails don't work on the back of chatterbaits.
I know, right? You ain't catching fish if you use a paddle tail. I still do it.
They work. Don't listen to people that say that. They work. Maybe it's just a ploy. Maybe that was the person's. I don't even know who, like, where I heard that or who said that to me. And they're like, they just slay them on a paddle tail.
Tactical passing.
Yeah.
So there's. Oh, did they say that? Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't them. It was somebody else. But I bet
they say
they
use.
might have watched.
They say use it upside down.
So that's what I was gonna say. They don't say don't use a paddle tail. They say it works better upside down. That's all they've ever said. And they said that straight tail trailers just let the chatter do the action.
And that's completely true. There are paddle tails that are too big that will like,
and that's
not necessarily
that's
stop the vibration, but it will like it kind of messes with it. But I'm talking about something like a little dipper, a skinny dipper, something with like a little tail that doesn't have a ton of.
So I think I've noticed that more with the chatterbait too. Is like you want to get something with a quick kick. It's a tighter kick. You don't want to get nice like
not the big flapping. Yep, I would agree.
My last video, so Michael Bradley, that's very interesting because that lake is literally on the border. So when you walk the trail, you're in New Jersey, and then when you actually get to the lake, I'm in New York. It's weird.
So chasing Kansas bass said he's just started making jigs, and Gifon is in here. What's up? What's up, man?
Gee.
So Dave Jolly. Oh, sorry. Where are you gonna?
Oh, it's okay.
Okay. One thing I just wanted to hit on real quick here, guys. So you know the Axel swim jig, how it has that moving hook. They copied a JDM brand called ISM. It's called the Carver. This bait actually has that same moving hook, and it has the screw lock up there. So it's a little more expensive. So I think the 6 cents
$2 a
little better.
I think they're $2 more.
Yeah. So, and they're better colors too, and easier to get. So yeah, you can tell where they got their idea from. Yeah.
I feel like everyone gets their idea from somewhere. Yeah, just make it better. But honestly, I've thrown this a few times. I haven't caught anything on it yet. Haven't caught anything on it yet. And I did the 6 cents fanboy thing so I have a lake around me that gets like choked out with grass like early, like May. It's like done. Can't throw nothing but a frog. It's crazy. That's the spot where I caught the 8.5 Debo.
That sounds like a horrible time.
Yeah, you would love.
Did you say you can't throw anything except a frog? I'll be over in like 30 minutes. Let's go.
That same lake, I've been there. I caught an 8.5, and then I caught 2 5s in the same day, back to back.
Good day. Good day.
Yeah, same lake.
So that was on the freak, right?
Yeah, the 8.5 was on a freak, and then literally the week before I blew my knee out. That weekend, I think it was. I had such a good weekend. I just like my life was too good. Something had to go wrong, but I had such a good weekend. Like I went fishing Friday, Saturday, Sunday, caught really good every single day. And on Sunday, I went to that lake and caught the 2 5-pounders.
Wow.
Posted the video, and then I think the next week I tore my knee.
Yeah.
So, well, it's okay.
It's never
I'm
fun,
okay,
but at least you got an 8.
Yeah.
New PB.
I actually ran 2 laps of a mile on the treadmill today. So
nice,
awesome.
Dude.
Yeah, I'm on a little fitness journey too. So
yeah, I'm slowly getting there. I would be going quicker if I got my butt working out more. But
JP, thank you. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, it is.
That's like the equivalent of like
FYI,
a 12
the New York State record is like 11.3. So like.
Getting there.
It's over
pounds off the state record. Like I'm not bragging or nothing. I'm literally not. But I was just.
It sounds like it. We hear you.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But
Yeah, that's crazy is perception is reality of like you see these people catching big fish, but it's like like literally the biggest fish in your pond could be a 5.5 pounder that you fish
Yeah.
every day. So
Yep.
you can't be like knocking yourself of, oh, the biggest fish I've ever caught is a 5-pound PB. Like that could be the biggest fish possible
It
that you
takes a
could catch.
while for a fish to get that big. Like
Yeah,
especially if you're not pumping them full of food. I think they said like essentially a pound a year is what you can
pound a
figure.
year.
sometimes less, sometimes more.
Yes, yep,
Yeah.
right. So I mean,
At
if you're
best.
looking at a 10-pound, like maybe an 8,
old
9,
fish.
10-year-old fish.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Yeah.
Yep, it's nuts.
And that's why I throw this stuff. I want to catch the biggest bass in the lake. That's what I'm after. I want to catch the big one. And a lot of the time you catch small ones along the way. But that's how it is. I'm not going to turn down a 3-pounder, that's for sure. Those are still fun. All fish.
Yeah, I would honestly, I would get into it more if I didn't film, but it's like I can go out a
you
whole
need
day.
the fish catches.
Yeah, like I could go out and burn a whole day and not catch anything. And it's not like, or I guess if I was full time, like if I could literally go fish 7 days a week, sure, I'd put a couple days to it. If not, I can go. But it's like, man, when you only get a fish, 3 times a week, hopefully if you're lucky, and it's like, I've run this for 2 hours. I still don't have confidence in this damn
and also,
thing.
it's like, it's just like it almost puts a damper on your fishing because if you don't catch anything for video, you're like, oh, I didn't.
That was a wasted day. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And it's like
when you forget your SD card,
you gotta like, or you just forget your whole camera.
Yeah.
And the place is 45 minutes, an hour away, and you get 20 minutes in, and I'm like,
not happening.
I've done that many times. Drive an hour to get to the spot, and then I'm like, oh, I forgot my whole camera bag. So
let's just go fish.
Yeah. So Dave Jolly asked this question: what is your best performing lure of the year, Debo?
I was trying to think about that. I was talking to a couple people the other day about that. I know for sure my work, like, I'm not going to say my worst lure. Well, yeah, probably because I barely caught fish on them, but for sure last year, hands down, was the wacky rig, flipping between like a regular and a weighted. I feel like I could have caught fish anywhere. And this year, I don't know if I caught more than 10 fish on a wacky rig. Like, as far as my best, I will say that I was throwing like the Buzz Frog probably a lot more this year than other years. And I would say it was probably one of the top performers, like as far as consistency. Like I just switch away from it. I feel like it was working good enough where I'm like, okay, I've been throwing that a lot. I need to try something else, to keep stuff fresh. So I would say kind of as something new, that was that or a chatterbait. And I threw the jackhammer a lot. Gramps kept pushing me and pushing me and pushing me. So finally I got a bunch, and it's a really good bait.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of the jackhammer.
One of my favorites for that's almost, in my opinion, better is the Magula Moth. That's an amazing chatterbait.
I'm terrified of too. They bite it more. I hate it.
JDMs? Which one?
The jackhammer.
Magula Moth.
Oh. I was for
Yeah.
Jermaine. I didn't hear which one he said.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't get a bunch of. No, that's okay. I don't get into a bunch of the. I know there's like I think Jackal has one, and there's like a number of those JDM ones that are pretty cool. I just haven't put in the time.
My favorite part about it is it tracks like this in the water. Like it goes back and forth. It's really cool.
That was
just crazy.
Dude, it's funny that you say that because I actually thought that I feel like the Terminator, whatever it was called, with like that cupped, like kind of triangle blade. Like I feel like it got a lot of hate. Yeah, but I thought that was actually kind of a cool because it definitely has a more wild,
action, kind of like the waddle back.
Yeah, it does. It's actually pretty cool. It's actually a nice bait.
I forget what that's called. Terminator. I don't even know if that's
Shutter. Is it the shutter blade?
Shutter. No, that's the
shutter. I have one. I have a white one, and I have white and green pumpkin. I honestly call it really, really, really good smallmouth. When I first got back to fishing on that thing, it's like a nice like S action almost, where it's just like
it's kind of like a little wake bait or something. It has like a little jointed bait action.
Yep, it's underwater.
Oh, it is the shutter bait. Yeah, shuttering bait. Shutter bait.
Shutter bait. Yeah,
it is. Okay.
Nice.
We've got.
Oh my gosh, dude! You type in. How funny is this? Okay, so I'm kind of like Jermaine, not bragging or anything, but I typed in Terminator chatterbait, and the first video recommendation is from old Debo fishing.
Yeah,
2019,
awesome.
July 31st, 2019, man.
Yeah,
man. What year did you start YouTube again? What was that? 2017.
It was the very end, yeah. But I was only doing like a video a month. It was
Yeah,
every
I
3
remember one of
weeks,
your
2
first ones
weeks.
was like one of the hook videos, I believe.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I remember watching.
Yeah.
I was like, he knows a thing or two. Maybe needs some help on the videos, but it's
Ooh,
pretty
yeah,
cool.
it
It's
was
awesome to see
was
your like
rough.
progression. How you're like, here's where you
Yeah.
came from. Here's where you are now. It's always cool to see that.
Yeah, you can't get
You
better
know?
unless you're willing to try. So
We're
you
doing
can't
it.
ever
Yeah.
knock anybody for trying it.
I had to
Yeah.
accept that myself. Just record.
Eating the sunflower seeds on video.
Mm.
That last video was very Jermaine-esque. You're just being yourself. That's always
That
great.
was. That
Is it the
was.
dill pickle ones? Are those your favorite?
No, I don't like the dill pickle ones.
Oh, dude, I love the dill
I mean,
pickle
it depends on the brand. It depends on the brand because some of them are like, this is like
Some of them will burn. Like I've noticed, like either the dill or the like the salt and vinegar. Some of them, I don't know what it is. It's probably some sort of acid that's rotting my lip. But
yeah.
some of them,
I'm a
like they
big
will almost
barbecue guy.
burn. Like,
David's
oh.
barbecue.
Oh yeah,
Big
those are good.
barbecue
That's
guy.
pretty good.
I like the classics too, but I do like the pickles. It depends on, like I said, who makes the dill pickle. Yeah, barbecue all day. Yes, sir.
Ever had Taco Bell sunflower seeds? Did not know that
Wow.
they made them.
Dude, so that was the thing is like when I first started doing them is I wanted to be like a little different and try to get people hyped up on like instructionals because everybody sounded like my college professor that like would put you to sleep when you watched any instructional. Like, let's try to have fun.
Yeah.
Let's try to get people hyped up. And, like, I'll still get amped up on stuff, but I try to tone it down a little bit, you know.
Mm-hmm. Well, your
Have
live
fun with
streams
it,
are
dude.
always awesome. Like those are
Yeah.
like the highlight of my
Oh
week.
my God,
It's just
dude.
like the
Last
best,
week
you know.
was
I
we went off
know.
the rails last week. It was
I had to catch up. I got elbowed at the wedding.
uh-oh. Get off your phone.
My bad. The boys are on. They got a good one going.
Yeah.
I'm like this.
I have to check my stuff.
Like this at a wedding.
Just say I gotta get this customer card. I gotta make this customer. I gotta make the sale.
Right?
Yeah,
I
hold
could
on.
put it on that.
This is important here.
Taco flavor. That's interesting.
Taco.
Okay, I didn't know that.
They do have some crazy flavors now. Like I saw like bacon cheeseburger. I was like, all right, this is getting a little
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's getting
it's
weird.
it's a little crazy.
Definitely strange.
Should
Chicken
try
bacon ranch. I was like, oh, all right.
So if you guys also if you have any questions for Debo or any of us, hit us up
Yeah,
in the
let me
chat.
fly.
We'd be more than
Please.
happy to answer them. I'm
Let me
sure we
fly.
missed a few. So if you didn't get your question answered, make sure to put it in. We'll get to them.
Yes.
Now I know how hard it is to keep up with comments, even though we only have
Yeah.
a few people in here compared to what you have. It's crazy.
Yeah, this is nuts. Thank you,
Yeah,
everybody, again.
I've
For
given up on
showing
it.
up. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you. Thank you for hitting the like button and watching the video. You guys make sure to subscribe to Debo because
And
I'm sure
Brandon
all of you
knows
are
that.
already
Brandon
there.
can't say this, but I can. And Debo feels this too. You know, the Fishing Fam, you guys get us through the winter. So appreciate
For sure,
y'all.
dude. For sure.
Brandon's like, well, I'm going fishing every day.
I'm gonna go frogging at my frogging lake.
Yeah.
Shut up,
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Get him one of those shirts too.
Right? You might have to get this guy a shirt.
Yeah.
How about you guys?
No.
What's been your favorites or like big producers of the year?
Got one sitting right here, two sitting right here. So
Mine?
made by my Well, you go first.
Uh,
You go first.
And then your
Chatterbait.
worst. I want to hear your best
my
and worst.
Yeah. Oh man.
I said chatterbait, and then
Is there a specific one? Jackhammer?
jackhammer. Because I got the flobber knocker so late.
Yeah.
I guess
yeah.
I can put it in there because I did catch a good amount of fish on it, but I would just say that I got it late. So I'm not gonna. I caught more on the jackhammer just because of time, but interesting. Interesting. We'll see what happens next year. But so and then like a lure that fell off for me that's like honestly upsetting, like really really upsetting is like I haven't gotten a jig bite, like a dragon on the bottom jig bite in like 3-4 months, like probably back to the summertime. It's like it like literally breaks my heart. All fall. I don't think I got one. Or I didn't land one. I missed one in my last video, which I thought was a bite. It could have been me just thumping a rock. I don't know for sure, but yeah, that's upsetting. It's very upsetting because the year before that, like I'd be getting beat up, and I'd be like, yeah, let me get a jig. I even have a video with that too, where I was getting beat up all day, and then I picked
You
up
had you had a big one on with the jig though, and you lost it in the video. That was a good fish though. That was a really good
Were
one.
you now? Here's the question though: were you throwing some sort of like shaky head or Ned rig that took over that spot? Do you feel, or just not really doing a ton
no,
of bottom stuff?
because then I would do like so I would switch it to a Texas rig, and just go to like a beaver or just the craw, or even like I think at one point I got like insane, and I was like, let me just put a worm on. Nothing. I just didn't want no bottom toss and stuff. And that's what I'm saying. I'd pick up a fish or two on the chatterbait. It was a pretty slow fall for me for a while though. I struggle pretty hard in the fall. I got no shame in saying it. I gotta get better at that, like that New York,
chasing
New
the
Jersey
fish.
Yeah, it gets pretty spread out sometimes. Like it can be a weird
because the temperature drops off so quickly up here. Where it's like you literally get like a month where it's like 90, 95. You'll have like 3 weeks of like a chill, and then 60s.
Yep.
And you're like, whoa, I need a hoodie. And it's like the fish are like, yep.
Same for spawn. I'm sure you guys are the same too. Like we don't have the fun, long spawn like some of the southern states where you see them and it's still spawning. And I'm like, well, that's like a week here, and then they're done.
Yeah.
Gone.
Is what it feels
I'd
like.
rather have the spawn like just not here. That's kind of annoying. Because I'm like, you can't even see half the fish most of the time.
I could throw a drop shot tomorrow for the first time. I never thrown a drop shot.
Don't start.
So.
Drop shot is evil.
Yeah, I agree. Whoever said that, low rich. Yep.
Yeah. So what was your worst lure?
Was it you? So the East Coast Tungsten, was that you that was talking
about?
Oh
yeah. They had like clearance on there. I think they're getting out of terminal tackle.
Yeah.
I grabbed
it's all gone now. Don't worry. Don't even go running over.
I'm sure, dude. I'm sure it went fast. Yeah, I grabbed worm weights and
I got this is all I could use. And this was like $8. So I was like, okay. But this is all I could use. I got 3 packs. And these are like 3/8 of an ounce. And I'm like, yeah, I'm probably never going to use these, but
I need some more 1 ounce ones. That way I can do punching because we have a lot of grass mats.
I got a few of those to try too. Yeah, I punch. I don't like ever punch, so it's not my strong point.
It's fun.
Is it possible to punch from the bank? I guess if you kind of cast it out far enough.
Who was I talking to? Somebody was saying, dude, I would actually think it's easier because you could. I was like, nah. Like every time I've tried, once you get it out, it's not like, it's not like bringing something to you unless it was like really tall fingery stuff where you could like work it through. But the problem is like once you get out to it, it's literally going to that, and you're trying to like bring it over this. So it's like a one and done. Who was that I was talking to? Somebody on that. I don't remember who that was. Anyway,
I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Was it a video or something?
No, it was on a live. I swear I was on a live with someone there. Like,
was it Randy?
I would think. No, it wasn't Dizzle. I don't remember who it was, but
Frank saw this. Frank, cool. I'm not going to do it.
Cornacchia.
There you go.
Yeah.
There we go. That's nice.
I think I remember his name.
Cornacchia.
I think he's a Sox fan, Bo Sox fan.
Yeah, I can't do it. I can't do it. It gets cold up there. So, okay. So here, fun fact of the day for those of y'all who don't know, Buffalo got my height in snow last week. I am 6'5".
Jesus.
That's pretty crazy.
That's not going upstate. Not good. I think it was 77 inches to be exact. So I was like, oh my God. So me
pretty crazy.
At 6'5", I would be standing under snow if I just jumped straight in. Like what? What?
Man.
No.
That's crazy.
No.
Yeah. So what was your worst lure of the year then, Jermaine?
Lure?
Yeah.
I think you already said the jig fell off, right?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, towards the end of the year, I did well with it in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
But my worst lure, I don't know. I guess I could say the jig because I had so much confidence in it and it just kind of fell off. But
it's funny how stuff goes in
bait,
like ups and downs. Like for a while, I couldn't put a shaky head down like years ago. Again, one of those I can go anywhere and literally catch fish on a shaky head. I'm that good with it. And it's like years, 2 or 3 years later, like I don't even know how to throw a shaky head anymore. I don't know if I've ever even thrown one.
Yeah,
I don't even know what I caught my fish on. I think everything came on. Like a chatterbait. Jerkbait late in the season. Frog. I don't know. I'm like Debo said. I don't know if we said it on live or when we were pre-stream, but the what 80-20 or 90-10
90-10,
or
yeah.
90-10, 10% of tackle. I didn't really like. I feel like I didn't switch it up this much this year. I didn't. I didn't switch it up too much this year.
You stuck to your strengths.
Yeah, chatterbait, jig.
Yeah. I kind of just started like shying away from the smaller stuff and just going big. And this is my top producer this year. The lip is broken off 6 times, I think, by this time. So I've had to put it in.
Damn.
But I've repainted it a couple of times.
So you got quite a wear groove in that
up.
too, man.
And that's a wake bait, right?
Yes. Well, I've modified it to make it a crank down and a wake. That's how I
gotta start throwing some wakes.
This is amazing. Well, I'm sending you one of my wooden ones that I make. It's pretty good. So, and actually, I've got a package that I'm going to start working on for you.
I have it. So. Thank you, Basso and Big Malone, for the reminder. The chopper.
Really?
Not one fish on the chopper. I was so upset.
What?
So upset. I know. I got it, and I was like, oh, yeah. I remember I was watching some Greg Blanchard videos, and he murdered on it. And I was like,
in California,
oh my God,
too.
I know, but you wouldn't think it'd be that much different. Still bad. I know.
You're over here. He's over here.
I sound silly, but it's only bass fishing, right? It shouldn't be that much different. And I don't think I put in time with the Chapo, not one, not even a blow up and a miss.
Man. Well, I mean, Chapo. Like today I was fishing. I still
have confidence in it.
Like today I was fishing. There's 2 ponds on there. There's actually 4 ponds on this one piece of property, and they're all like really close together. Like you could walk. I mean, it's not even 100 feet from the other pond. So I walk most of the time just to these 2 ponds. I was throwing this bait just today. I caught a few fish off of it. I was like, all right, that's awesome. So I'm going to go to this pond and see if I can carry over that bite and get a few fish off of this one. They did not want anything to do with it at all. And then I started throwing this one and I caught a few on it. And then I threw the A-rig and caught a few on it. And I don't know if it's just water temperatures that are different in those 2 different like lakes or ponds, I mean. But these are both baits that have kind of similar actions. I mean, they're pretty similar. This one's more tight. It's also a longer profile, different color. And this one is a little bit taller profile, different color, pretty much same action. But I was fishing them in the same depth of water. And they preferred this one over this one in that one lake. But those lakes are barely 100 feet from each other.
Was the water clarity different in each?
Exactly the same. They're almost always the same because it just rained. So, like bass in different lakes.
So was it kind of dirtier water?
They changed. Yeah, it was only like a foot of visibility, barely any.
So do you think the bright color, what made the difference with that greenish chartreuse?
I don't know, because I mean this one right here worked perfectly fine in that dirty water. And I think it's just because the fact that the fish are different. Some fish, like there's a study done in California one time that the big giant bass actually follow these bass boats, and they actually follow those bass boats to actually eat whatever fish, like smaller bass or bluegill, that those guys catch, and they eat them off of their line. It's a crazy study. You'll have to look at it. Mike Gilbert made a video on it on Working Class Zero YouTube channel. It's crazy, the study they did.
Wait, they catch the bluegill? And then the bluegill goes into a panic, and then the bass come and eat that?
So the big giant bass follow all these boats, and then until the people hook up on bluegill, then they'll just go and grab them. It's because bass adapt differently to different places where they live, so that way they can survive the most. And those big giant bass that are super smart, they're not going to work to get their food as much as smaller bass are. That's why the smaller bass outcompete them sometimes. So those bass are just working smarter and not harder. It's really cool. Like they adapt to their environment that they're given. You know, they deal with what they have. So I don't know what it was today. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm probably going to not sleep tonight because of that.
Because you know what I relate that to? Yeah. You ever notice that, like, when you get that, like, bump of a bite that you're like, oh, my God, 10-pounder. It's like a nice 2-3 pound bass. It's not like the biggest fish. It's just like, oh, you're just a good fish. You're not. I think because, like, even though I vividly remember my first slobber knocker catch, and it was like it's my, bam! I was like, that is at least a 4 or 5 pounder. Holy crap! And then I pulled him up, and he was like a nice 2. And I'm like,
And the
oh,
small
you're a
ones,
cute
if you've ever
fish.
seen the small ones like just demolish the frog, and the
Mm-hmm.
bigger ones they usually just kind of suck it in, and it's just like a
Yep.
vacuum almost. It's
Minus
crazy.
that 8-pounder.
Yeah, yeah, that was pretty cool.
Toilet bowl flushing.
They
That was
suck in a lot of water. That's a big mouth. So Gabe is asking, "What's your favorite sub 4-inch swim bait?" I got to go a Kitech. I mean, it's awesome.
There go the whale.
They're really good. Okay.
And the
Okay.
divine. I'll stay
6
faithful to
points,
my,
6 cents guy.
I'll stick to my boys. The
hmm
divine swim bait and then the new whale, which is interesting though, because not talking smack, but I feel like they compete with themselves a little bit like that. Because so, do you buy the whale in the 3.5 or do you buy the divine swim bait in the 3.8?
I think it's a
So
durability and stuff like
I was
that.
just saying, I'm assuming they have different like whole. So like the key or the like a key, I think it was it the keel weighted hook or a jig head is what the whale was made for with the stabilizers, whereas I think the divine was
Mhm.
made for like
Trailer.
finesse trailer application type stuff.
Okay, so that's like a ball headed on this.
I-
Okay,
Yeah, I think when they were talking about, I don't remember the exact, but I know they had like it talked about having the fins for stabilizers and stuff, and
okay, makes sense.
yes, I think they kind of make them for different
Maybe I'll throw one of those in
applications or something. But
Hmm.
yeah, I like the divine. Their little divine is a good. I had really good luck with that as a
It
chatterbait
is.
trailer too.
Yeah, it has a
It's
nice
not
tight
too
action. I
crazy.
like it. I'm a really big fan of the spark shads because those have a bunch of salt in the belly color and they have no salt in the head or the top color, so it's keeled by itself. So you can just throw it on EWG and be okay.
Yeah,
It's
we
really
threw those
cool.
on the Mississippi this year. I think it was one of those the Hayes Dong. I don't know the Megabass stuff well enough, but it was one of those with like the little stabilizers they were throwing and catching those schoolies on when we were throwing top water, and they were following up with those. But yeah, that's a cool little bait. I bought some right after that.
Yeah.
I already had like I think
I
a
saw your
couple
video
packs
with
of
them.
one, but yeah,
Yeah.
pretty cool. They matched the bait. I had a picture of. I'm gonna get my phone here. Sorry, don't kick me out of this date.
I'm way behind on comments. I'm sorry, guys.
And yeah, it's
And
tough.
Debo, if you need to go, just let us know.
No, man, I'm
we will
hanging
do
out.
whatever.
You already got me up past my bedtime. Now it's like the old days when you were
sure?
younger playing video games. It's like you hit that 2 o'clock window, and as long as you get up past that, you're staying up all night playing video games.
Well, if you need to go, just let us know. Because I
Yeah,
definitely don't want to
luckily
keep you past any
my
time.
wife
I
was
said
nice
pick
enough
and
to put the
roll.
girls to bed tonight, so we're good.
Tell her I said thank you.
I will. I try to remind her all the time. I give her a hard time, and I call her my old lady, but I love her, and she.
You need to get her on a stream like
What's
Baskeek had his wife on.
Oh my gosh, dude!
Yeah.
She's not a fisher woman, so most
My
of the time
lady's
she
not
just
either.
shakes her head at me. Yeah,
Yeah, she's not either.
I can't find the picture, but yeah. Anyway, I had like one split screen next to a shad that a pike spit up.
Oh, I
I'm
had
really good with that.
last time I was out in the boat, I saw a school of threadfin shad that was probably 30 feet long. I mean, it was way bigger than my boat. It was
Yeah, you said that in
Dude,
the
it's
chat.
crazy. Yeah, how big of schools they'll get in.
huge.
So I
And
remember
I was catching them, and they were just spitting it up all over my boat. And I was like, "Come on, I gotta clean
Jesus.
up all this." Yeah, it's crazy.
I remember I went out to a reservoir, and
Oh, here it is.
at the time I didn't know what it was, and I was watching the water move, and I'm like, "Yo, what is that?" Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, so whatever Megabass, I don't know which one that one is.
That's the Hazen, or that's the Spark Shed. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, the
it's a
spark.
it's a good little match to it. Color looks kind
For
of crappy.
sure.
I don't know why everything looks blue, but yeah, it's a cool little bait.
Definitely a good one. I like it a lot. So Bassman Big Malone says, "Always been a
Yes.
KVD paddle guy. Would you say Kitech is a lot better or a little better? It's kind of depending on what you want to spend versus the durability. I mean, they both have a
What are
pretty
the
similar
KVD
action.
paddle tails?
Striking makes one there. It's basically a
Is it like the
Kitech
Rage-
with just more
Rage Swim?
durability.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So
Rage
it's like I
Swimmer.
say like the Rage. Oh, okay. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, the
that's
Rage
what it
Swimmer.
is.
Yeah, yep. Okay. Yep.
Yeah. I think those are
I
a
was
little bit
thinking there
more
was
durable.
a KVD version or whatever.
Yeah, they have the clamshells, you know.
I have to look now because
Yeah,
I
I
just
think-
like last year, I think, was the first time I'd ever thrown the caffeine shad. Like I've always just thrown like
Okay,
a Zoom
yeah.
fluke.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of like I think Strike King ones that I've just never really given a second
Yeah.
look at, but they've been
If
around a
you've
while
never
and catch
looked at
fish.
if you've ever used the Sakamana shad by Depths, you are missing out. Trust me
I don't
on
know
this,
what that
Debo. You
is.
are going to need to get some. They're easy to get. You just go onto the hookup tackle. They're $10 a pack. They're the best soft plastic jerkbait you will ever use in your entire life.
Hmm.
It is amazing. They
Yeah,
come
and
in
like
8-inch, 7-inch, 6-inch, and 5-inch. The
that's the
8-inch ones
thing.
act like a giant glide bait. It's awesome.
Huh. But that's the thing too for me. Like I don't throw a fluke a ton. Like most of the time
Mhm.
I'll just go to like a stick bait or like a wacky rig, to be honest. And I know,
Okay.
there's kind of a different time and place for each, but a lot of times I just kind of jump over to one of those unless like they're really, really on bait and I see them chasing a little bait and then I throw a fluke. But I guess just kind of out of being lazy, I haven't experimented with a ton of flukes.
Yeah. It's amazing. It's so stable. It's really cool. So I would say Kitek's a little better, but it just depends on your budget and what you're willing to spend. You know,
Isn't Kitech a wider kick? I haven't used.
it's a little wider and a little harder, but
So
it's
you know
also
what I think
less
is.
durable.
So I think that and this is not a real thing. I'm just saying literally what I think. I think that so many people use Kitechs that when they put a Kitech on the back of a chatterbait, because such a wide kick, it doesn't work well. So that's where the whole stop using paddle tails came from.
Maybe.
But that's just me just throwing something out there.
As I was looking through it, there is one. I thought I saw it the other day. So it's the Strike King KVD Swim and Shiner
Oh,
is the
wow.
one. Yeah.
Okay.
So it looks like
Never
a
heard of that. I'm gonna look that up.
like the Kitech. What do they call it? Slick Shiner, I think. It's like the one with no ribs. It's just that's what Kitech calls
Oh,
them.
it's like
Yeah, that's what
the kayak. Shoot, what is it called?
Slick Swimmer or whatever the heck it is.
Easy Shiner. That's what
Easy
Kitek calls
Shiner.
theirs. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Here we go. Oh, it's on Bass Pro Shops. Here we go. Striking KVD Swim and Shiner 4-inch. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Looks pretty good.
Oh, it's like
It
a
looks
little
like a finessey.
Yeah, again, one I've never used. 4 inches, so it's like a long, skinny look to
Yeah.
it. What is that one?
Cool.
That's actually so. Those are again new ones that I had never thrown, but they look like the Reaction Innovations Little
Oh.
Dipper. They're the net bait Spanky, little Spanky or
Oh
something.
yes,
I think they
I
call them.
love those. Those are really
Yeah,
good.
I had never thrown those. I got them in a Monster Bass box and bought a few. I'm like, these are kind of cool.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I still like.
I've
the
never
Reaction
used a
Innovations
skinny
better,
dipper.
but-
I've never
What?
used a skinny dipper. I don't own any.
Oh
Yeah,
my
I know.
gosh, dude.
Bro.
I need to get some.
Yeah, they're legit. They're
I
very
definitely
legit.
need to grab some.
Reactions and innovations, I feel like I'm not going to say they fell off, but I feel like people have fallen off them.
Dude,
It's
yeah,
just
like
nuts.
they
Use
go
some of
under the
their stuff.
radar. I feel like they don't
Nuts.
get much love at all. But they're one of those
Yeah.
weird companies that like doesn't market. Like you look
Yeah.
at their like Instagram, they're not real active on
True.
Instagram. Like they don't really throw a bunch of stuff out there. I think
Yeah.
I don't know if it's kind of a a underground following type thing and they just kind of want to keep it that way. I know they produce their baits
know.
here. They used to anyway, all of them. So I know for a long time there, like during the COVID stuff, they couldn't even keep up with stuff. So I don't know if any of that's changed, but from what I understood, they were shooting all their own stuff. So I don't know how that's changed for everybody. But
I got
Yeah.
so many beavers.
Oh, dude.
Those reaction
Um,
innovations. Those are good.
for the whole
baits.
beaver bait came
Magic
from was
Claw,
that? Got
the
to think
Magic
Reaction
Claw,
Innovations.
and the Magic Cross Swirl. Red.
Okay, tramp stamp for me.
Oh, I love the tramp stamp. Yep.
Yeah, I got a bunch of those too. I got a
Yeah.
bunch of those too. I'm actually a little upset at myself. I should have probably should look to see if Reaction Innovations had something for Black Friday. I didn't even think.
I've never seen their stuff on
I
sale.
bet they would have been at least 20% off. I would
Right?
think.
I didn't even
Yeah.
think.
I'll go check right now while you guys are talking.
We got Tyler in the house. Looks at
Tyler,
some-
Big
Big
sets are
Cat,
free.
what's up, dude?
Where is he? Oh yeah. What's up, man? That was an awesome
Oh,
stream.
Dirty
with him.
Sanchez is another good one.
That is a good one. Yeah, I like that one a lot.
Yeah, Tyler's stream usually tucks me in. he's the late night capper. I wake up in the morning with some Randy Blockett still playing.
Oh, you gotta love Randy.
Randy's my guy.
He's
I
pretty
like
hilarious.
his different takes though. I like his different. He
Yeah,
thinks
but I
outside
mean,
the box.
well, I mean, there's a certain point where you can pass, like where you're like, oh, well, he said in one of his
You
videos
know
that
what my thing about
crankbait
that is?
doesn't work.
I feel as though people take his word to be like, well, he's just throwing an idea out there. Just because he's saying it and he got the stones to say it out loud doesn't mean that it's like a fact. He does
True.
say, I think, so everyone that like beats him up, I get it, but hey, look, he's allowed to think what he's allowed to think. Take it for what it is, take it for what it is, use it or don't use it.
Very true. Very true.
That's always the thing in fishing.
it.
Yeah, he does. I feel like he does kind of get beat up on a little bit. I'd never heard of the guy like for a long time, and I started watching stuff. And I'm like, oh yeah, like he's got a crap ton of stuff out there. But
Yeah.
I agree. Like he's just giving his take on anything.
That's it.
The way it
I
is.
mean, like one of his things, he said something about like, oh, bass fishermen are gonna in the future are gonna have bad backs because they're standing over looking at live.
Dude,
I wouldn't
so
believe
some
that.
of the stuff.
All right, buddy, but
He said a deep crankbait won't work in the
stuff-
summer. I was like, no.
Well, I think like he's kind of the like nailed the whole like clickbaity title type stuff. Like, and I'm not even saying these
has.
clickbait stuff, but
With duct
like
tape and a Sharpie.
title. Yeah, dude, like titles. Like I feel like for the longest time, if you had a really good thumbnail, like you could get views. And I feel like it's almost switched more to titles catching people now.
Yeah.
Which is weird how it goes in. But I will say that. So this is something that came up the other day, and I still want to do a video of it. I actually forgot until you just said that. Gosh, which one is it?
Speaking of your algorithm, while you look for that, one thing I don't understand at all is this shorts algorithm. It makes
the what?
Shorts algorithm. So I have
like on Instagram.
No, well, Instagram is
on YouTube.
Or Reels, I guess those
on
are
both.
Yeah,
both. So I have a reel on Instagram that has 15,000 views. I don't understand how. I posted a month ago, and it gets literally like 60 to 100 likes a day. It's insane. But then I literally have other reels that I think are better, and they get like 1,000 views.
it's all about the timing.
It's a weird beast. That wasn't me.
That was me. I clicked it.
Wasn't me.
That was me.
So Matt here is saying the DRT VTS 7-inch flukes are good. Those are amazing for straight retrieves. They have this little kick, and it looks like it's pushing like that. It's super cool looking. They're an awesome little bait.
Oh, here.
Yeah.
So it was Sam Rayburn when it was the BASS Opens. I forget which one it was. I took another screenshot. I have to go look at my screenshots, but I'll talk about it. And every single picture, I can't have it too big because I've got it all the way to the sides, but every single picture of people, look at, dude, no joke.
True.
Like I took screenshots and cut every one, and every single angle
pretty cool.
and I was like, holy crap, dude. I don't care either way. I mean, like if you want to run live scope or whatever,
there it is.
I could care less because like I think it's funny when like these guys are showing this stuff. They're like, oh, this is the craziest thing. You can see the fish. I'm like, dude, it's just like ice fishing. Like it's literally like using a better Vexilar.
Yeah.
And I've never heard anybody like gripe about that. Oh, these ice fishermen are using live scopes and Vexilars. And so I don't know.
And this live scope doesn't work. It only works to like you have to be like X amount deep, right?
I don't know.
Like doesn't it work shallow?
You can, it works shallow. That's where it. I mean, you can use it in shallow cover. The problem is whenever it beams out, you can hit the front of a stump, but it's not going to show behind it because there's no way to get the sound beams or the sonar to actually bounce behind it. So you can't see anything behind a stump or something like that. So you can use it to a certain extent.
That's why you see those guys in bass boats doing donuts around all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Doing
scanning the whole thing. Okay.
Yeah.
I would love to get out there and try it, but at the same time, like I talked to my dad about it, and he's like, no. No.
If I had the money, I would. I'm not gonna lie.
I would too. I told him I would do it too. But I think so. I saw a Black Friday deal, and somebody was talking about it, and they were like, "Oh yeah, you can get it now for $2,000."
What is it originally? 5,000.
Yeah, it's like on sales. 4Gs from 4Gs to 2,000. I'm like, golly, that's
Gabe's comment from 957 is funny. He
What's that?
must put out a lot of stuff on that. He said he's made more off
Yeah.
live scope than the pros. I haven't watched much of his stuff. I didn't know he was that like
Yeah.
talked about it that much, but
Yeah, that's
that's
interesting.
funny. Yeah, I would use it. I
But I
mean,
mean,
it's to me, it's just another tool. So my argument to this is, and I've thought about it, and I don't have like any skin in the game. I'm not a, I'm not a tournament guy. I don't care one way or another. But my thought process is, where do you stop the line? So people are okay with graphs, like you can graph stuff, and they're like, I don't remember like a huge ordeal like this about like side imaging. So where do you cut it off? Where do you say, well, nope, once it's live, then it's nope, that's too
Yeah,
much, what's going
yeah.
to happen when, with
You put a
cameras?
video camera down there. Yep.
Yeah. Or like
longer.
a thermal camera type thing. You see the hunting
Thermal
guys, hunting
printer.
hogs. Hey, thermal printer. You see the guys hunting hogs,
Take a
in like the
drink.
black and white. Where do you
Yeah,
cut this technology off at? I
yeah.
don't
I don't
know.
think
'Cause
you should
eventually
because you
it's
need
essentially just
innovation. You need innovation to continue the support the sport because if there's no innovation, if the companies aren't going to be innovating, then there's not going to be any money flowing through the whole sport. And you need innovation. You can't become stagnant in the sport. You need to keep on going through. That's why I think banning the A rig from tournaments is a bad idea because if
so. I
you've
think
got it
he
something,
was
I mean,
because at what point do, like Debo said, at what point do you say, "Hey, you're not using skill to catch the fish. You're not
this is
using
true,
as
but
much
there's
skill as
skill
we would
involved. You
like."
still need to get that
Because
fish to bite it.
so I
You know,
I was gonna say you still need to get it to bite, but then this is so I explained it to my dad, and my dad said, "So you mean to tell me that these guys drive around the lake, find the 10-pounder, and then throw everything in their tackle box at him?" And I was just
that
like,
doesn't work like that.
"Well, when you say it out loud, like somewhat, yes, because they're gonna
Yeah,
essentially just like, okay, here's a jerk
find the
bait.
biggest fish they can.
Okay, it's not gonna work. Okay, it doesn't.
Yeah, it
They
just
don't
cuts
do this.
down. Like
Okay,
guys can
here's a
literally drive
popper.
up to a point and be like, "No, I see one little fish here. It's not worth time." And then whereas before you
Mhm.
could spend 30 minutes fishing that and go,
Hmm.
"Gosh, I really thought they would be here."
Hmm.
It just definitely
I don't know.
eliminates water,
It's just
Yeah,
it's
cuts down
very,
that time.
but you still need to know
very,
where to look. Like there's a gigantic lake,
Sure.
like just take Lake Fork. You can't just go scan the whole entire lake. That would take
Right.
months just scan to
like
live
that.
scope the whole thing. And the fish are
I
going
like
to
that.
move anyways. So,
I like that. South Jersey.
But then you get into the whole thing of like people say it's like I don't forget which
oh
one of you
yeah.
said it. Then is it really skill to catch them? So then my like thing to that is, should GPS coordinates be allowed? Should really
Hmm.
pre-fishing be allowed? Because these
Hmm.
guys have years upon years of
Yeah. Why do you need to go
GPS
pre-fish?
Hmm.
thousands of waypoints saved. So then does
Yeah.
that like where do you draw the line? When people, how about best 5 bass? How about best bass? If we're going to get into a
Hmm.
schlong swinging contest of who's the best, let's just do the first biggest bass.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like I
Best.
always
I
hear
would like
people
that.
like talk about that as, oh well, you're not a real fisherman if you watch MLF. These guys with this. I'm like, it's a different take. Like,
Hmm.
nobody
Yeah.
wants to watch a bunch of small fish get caught. If that's the case,
Not
let's go
anymore.
biggest one. Yeah, right. I know they changed that, but like, let's go biggest fish. If that's the
Yeah,
way, what really proves it, let's not do the 5. Let's do 1.
I
So it's
talked
like
about that on the
it's a
Monster Bass
weird
Live, and I
deal.
was like, we need to make it like a whole tournament trail where it's biggest bass. You get 3 days to catch one fish. One fish, that's all. And I think that's where stuff like this is going to play into it. You need
That'd be interesting.
jigs, frogs, big baits, deep crankbaits, like those. That would be an interesting like
That'd be
show.
very
Now, of
interesting.
course, I'm pretty sure they're never going to do that because there's no like media that you can actually really put into it. There's like,
Right.
everybody catches one fish a day and it might be 5 pounds. But whenever that guy catches that 10 or that 13 or that 14 fish, it's going to be exciting. So I don't think there's too much as far as marketing goes or live streaming goes. I just think it'd be a cool concept just to be there in person or something like that.
The other thing too that's crazy is you see these boats of how many guys are launching 50, 100 boats, and you'll see guys that are literally struggling to catch a fish. And then you've got
Yeah.
guys on the top that are like, be it MLF or bass. Oh, I've got 800 pounds of fish, or I've already got, my top 5 or 25 pounds. And you've got a guy's like, I can't even catch a fish. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So even having the
Yeah.
electronics isn't a surefire. You can just go out and catch them. Like, I don't know. That's where it's weird. Like I like these
Yeah.
conversations. I don't really lean one way or another, but there's so many
Mhm.
different takes you could, look
For
at it.
sure. Yeah.
And Team Horse Money has a great point.
Yes, he does.
Way too much money in it. Like we
Yeah.
just said, $2,000, and it was on sale. On sale. So, and I think
Yeah.
that was just the unit. It wasn't
Yeah.
like the transducer and the
That's
wine and
that's
all
what's
the
stopping
other
me
stuff.
from getting
Crazy.
Panoptics. Like I would get Panoptics for
Very-
ice fishing, but it's like $2,500 for a bundle. I'm like, that's a
And
lot
you're
of
only going to
money.
do it a few
Yeah.
times a year,
That's
right?
a lot of
Yeah.
money.
You know, I don't think it's justifiable. So
That's
I'm
a
not
lot
going to
of
get
money.
live scope unless I'm super rich, but I'm not going to be
Yeah, if I had a
anytime
boat
soon.
like that was nice, not my 11-foot aluminum kayak, like a nice boat, I would save up. Or yeah, like Big Malone said, a 3 bass limit instead of doing
Be
5.
Yeah.
How about 3? You know,
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I'd like that.
it's all
interesting.
relative.
Well, it started from like a 15 bass limit a long time ago. That's what it started from, is a 15 bass limit, and they just kept on progressing down and down because there's so much pressure. There's so many people fishing, is what I think they did it anyway. So it's really
That
cool to see
definitely,
everything like that, you know?
yeah, that definitely bumped too over the last few years. Is like the amount of people out and pressure fishing is
Yeah.
crazy.
I hate
Yeah,
to say it. I'm one of them. I got back.
Yeah,
And it's cool to see people out there. It's just, it's just weird places that I would go and like literally not see anybody for a whole day. I'll pull up to the place and there's like 6 people there already fishing. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, this is
You know
crazy.
what else too? When did Fish Brain come out?
I have no idea.
Because I'm
not
like,
sure.
I'm so 50-50 on Fish Brain. I do use Fish Brain. I do post, but like I kind of got into like somewhat the private post now because I'm like,
Yeah, because people are just going to be watching your spot.
Yeah.
That was always my thing with it. Like, I
Yeah.
think I did one of them. I don't know if it was Fishburne. I think there was another one around here that I did for a little bit. And I'm like, why am I putting these on here? So people can be like, oh, I'm going to go sit on that spot.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
That's it. That's exactly what it was. So I posted. I think I posted locally the 8.5, and
Next day, there's like 10 people there.
no, my boy literally told me, he goes, the next day he was like, yo, every nook and cranny that you could get in. He was like, I called him. I was like, yo, I'm on my way. He was like, don't come. I'm on my kayak. There's no place for you to stand. I'm like, what do you mean? It lakes
They all had
huge.
the freak color tied on. They're like, oh, no, we just thought of this. Yeah, we didn't know nothing about it.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
So
It definitely is, Matt. I think learning fish behavior regardless. Whatever way.
I like Bruce's at 10:07.
yeah, Bruce,
Where's
I've
that?
done that. I've done that multiple times. That's kind of why I stopped messing with it for real. And then honestly,
You
so
go to trespassing.
the lake I just
Fishburne said it was
posted,
okay, officer.
the lake I just posted in my last video. That lake has 2 posts. I think like 6 posts. No one knows about it. It's honestly big. And Debo, you said this multiple times. Don't be lazy.
Yeah, that's a
Don't be
big one
lazy.
that I've noticed is,
Take a
you
walk.
really gotta.
Take a walk. This little spot that I just found is literally pure laziness. It's not a bad walk at all. It's probably, let's call it's a mile. You got to walk a mile.
Yep.
But it's a clear trail. There's no trees down. It's just a little gravel trail. Walk a mile with your fishing gear. Nobody does it. Literally no one does it. No one wants to do it. So just go walk.
Yeah, we've got a
Prefer
couple
to
that
fish
know
private.
the what?
Oh, you go ahead.
Oh, I was just somebody, I forget where, Little Rich said best place to fish are the no motorized. We've got a couple of those, and it would be nice to have like a kayak for that. One, I got
Those must
there and I
help.
didn't know that it was no motor. So I'm like, gosh, am I going to do it? I think that was 2 years ago. And I'm like, well, screw it. I launched the John boat, left the motor off it. And dude, I thought I was actually going to have a heart attack paddling halfway across the freaking lake in that.
Get a pedal for your.
I think I remember that
John
video.
boat.
Dude, I was like, I'm probably going to just die when I get back to the bank. So somebody,
Yeah, it's fun. The
if
kayak,
you-
I don't have a pedal drive yet. So
And Debo, when you're ready to convert your John boat, let me know. I know the guys at Tiny Boat
dude,
Nation.
I'm not
I'll get you
converting
in.
that thing. It's an 11-foot. I fear for my life standing up in it the way it is now. Standing on a deck on that thing.
you should get those
Absolutely
floaty
not.
things that go out and
Yeah,
extend.
like
you could
the sailboats.
The float tubes.
I've said that.
Those
Yeah,
float
like the little.
tubes that extend out.
Yeah.
Yeah, those
Or
we
you
had
could
on
turn it into a
Moana.
pontoon boat. You can
Oh,
take
Or
one
pontoon John
11-foot boat and one 11-foot boat and put aluminum decking and a frame over top of the both of them.
Oh my gosh, I'm not doing
Be
that.
pretty
I want to
cool.
get
And
Gramps
then
has
storage.
talked about it. But dude, I would love to get like a 16 or 18 foot, like junked out, like kind of roached out Coast Guard front end, and like fix that up over the winter. But
Yeah,
you can't find
that's what
anything.
me and my boy were
You
looking to
can't.
do. But yeah, it's tough.
Everybody
You
has
can't
like
find
6 of
anything.
them in your yard up here. So if you need some, hit me up. I'm not shipping it though. You got to come pick it up.
I'm not driving, so
Yeah, it's fun to do that though. I've done it a few times for a few boats, and it's a lot of fun. So if you ever
I've never.
if you ever want to do it,
It'd be a fun thing because I've never messed with any of that. Like the techiest I ever got in boat mods was I put this stick-on thing next to my seat that has like your pliers and scissors, and that's just taking off the 3M tape and sticking it to it. And that's all that I've done for boat mods.
Yeah, it's fun though. I enjoy it, and you can get
I can see
pretty
that'd be
expensive
fun.
with them though.
I've
Yeah.
seen some of their builds, and man, they do some crazy stuff. Like
They do.
some
Trust me,
sick
it's
builds,
crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts.
It's cool to see it in person too. It's really cool. So, yeah, all kinds of cool builds going out there. A lot of people doing it. So, Debo, if you need to go,
I was going to say,
let me know.
yeah.
I just want to make sure be respectful of you.
Almost an hour 40.
If I had to go, I'd have been out.
I'm getting there. Any questions, comments, concerns for Mr. Debo?
Yeah.
Once again, thank you, brother.
We got, yeah, for
Thank
sure.
you so
man.
much. Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Really appreciate it.
It's a pleasure. I appreciate being asked to be on.
I love coming on with you or having you on. So,
Yeah, and also
love
on
fishing.
my Instagram story, I actually tagged that first video that we were in.
That was the one I saw. Yeah, it was
Guys-
you. That's
yeah,
why I was
you
asking
guys
if I
want to go
was
back and
playing
watch that.
matchmaker. And
Yeah, if you guys want to go back and watch that, it's funny too. I remember I dropped my phone in that live, and I was like, "Oh my god! Well, there goes my YouTube fame." This guy just dropped his phone in the middle of a live stream. No one's gonna follow
oh my
him.
god, ban this guy! Everybody, go out and
Yeah.
block this guy. He dropped his phone.
I was so worried,
YouTube is not that hard.
and it was nerve wracking too. I was so nervous. I was like, "Oh, I can't even talk. This is crazy." And now here we are, weekly.
It's awesome though. I'm so happy you brought us together and that we could do this every week. It's
Yeah.
awesome. Next week.
I was joking about that. But
Yep.
So Mike over here, Mike Vogel, says people are wanting a tiny clash, but who have not looked in at the Debo versions that are on his site are missing the mark. I have both and they fish the same. I know Oklahoma's worst angler, which we'll get him on the show sometime, I'm sure. He has also used it. He says they're extremely similar. So
same for Matthew. I sent Matthew out when I know he's a big
Oh, yeah, I
swim bag
think
guy.
he
He said
did.
they were like 95% close. I
Yeah.
think he recommended larger hooks, so I got some larger hooks for him. Some of them I actually kind of like.
I'm
the
going to
smaller
grab
hooks.
one definitely.
Yeah. So, yeah, they are
Yeah.
very, very close. I like the larger one. I didn't like the tiny as much with no lip. I feel like it's more of like a crank down, like wake. It does really good with the lip, but like the smaller one with no lip, I didn't think had as good of a like glide bait action as the regular tiny clash. But
Yeah. What I like about the actual like K9 or like the K9 KOs is that if you pull your rod with the lip in and the tail in, I don't know what mode it is with the DRT logo up, is if you pull your rod real hard, it'll shoot out like 10 feet out to the side. And it's really cool. So there's a lot of different things you could do with those things. It's really
That's
cool
sick.
baits. So definitely go check out Debo's website for some really cool custom
there's
painted
really nothing
lures.
up there. So
Whenever he
Yeah,
does
I
a
need to-
drop.
I need to get my butt in gear. It's winter though, so again, that's why I got into it. And then-
Yeah.
Yes.
You gotta crank them
Yes.
out.
Now you can
Yeah.
start getting them out. Winter's the time. I'm definitely gonna pick
Oh.
up some. I need to grab some of those, some tiny clashes from you. I live in Georgia, so yeah, nice south.
Down south.
Yep, yeah, I am.
Oh.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
It's coming.
Yeah, and then Bassam with Big Malone. We need to get you on a stream too. We've got Steve Chapman next week. Yeah, we've got Steve Chapman next
Nice.
week, so that'll be fun. I always enjoy
He's a
talking
good
to him.
dude.
He's got some good story.
He's a funny cat. Yeah, he's funny.
Trying to get
Oh
some
yeah.
fun people on here.
Yep. And then we've got our Christmas giveaway episode coming up, which will be a lot of fun too. So giving away a bunch of finesse stuff.
Oh yeah, before we get out of here too,
Giving away a
I
bunch of
am
finesse.
always at I'm almost
here's
at.
my finesse stuff. Take it away. Take it away.
Yeah, right. This guy's just giving away all his finesse. Before we get
I
out
kept
of
some
here,
robo
y'all,
worms.
I'm gonna do my first giveaway. Look at that, 196, 200 subscribers. Thank you all. I appreciate y'all. 200 subscribers. I'm gonna do my first giveaway. So help me out. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do it. Once I hit it, I'll announce that on a live stream. Probably be some Bay State baits. Maybe throw a jackhammer in there to be fun. Yeah. Thank you.
So
This is fun. This is
it's
cool.
awesome. It's
I
almost.
can't believe I'm almost at 200. You know.
You got to 200 way quicker than I did. I had to go for like a year before I got like 100. Either
I
on
wrote down a
really
little
content
goal,
or
and now I kind of see how. I mean, I guess I'm just not that cool, but I was like, oh yeah, I can get 1,000 subscribers in a year.
it's hard.
Not
Very
a fishing
hard.
It's a
channel.
grind,
Yeah.
especially
I'm-
now. Like the
Yeah.
weirdest thing is,
Everybody's doing it.
well, yeah, that too. But like, it's weird how the algorithm is different. Like, if I had
Mhm.
like a pretty picture on Instagram, like you could blow up. And now it doesn't matter what I post. Like, it is hard to get a picture to go anywhere.
Yeah.
But so it kind of works to your advantage too, because you can put like they're pumping reels so hard now that like I'll literally just take something and be like, hey, here's this lure, here's what I like. What do you guys think about it? And it'll get like 5,000 views, in no time. It's like it's so weird.
Yeah.
So,
It's so weird. All right, quick a few
Yeah.
more before winter time is for
So-
bait making.
Debo, have you tried these before? These
I don't even
Magnum
know what
Scooper
the hell that
frogs.
thing is.
Oh, those things look great.
These. I sent a picture.
Is that like
a
the
video
Doomsday
of
Tackle?
the
Didn't
action.
Doomsday Tackle have a little turtle lure or something? Oh, it's a frog.
This
I thought it was
is-
a turtle.
This is JDM. It's stretchy. It's got
So yeah, it's like the
It's-
Oh,
Elastic.
it's like a Lastec? Huh.
this thing has the most insane action I have ever
It
seen.
really does.
It looks
Never
just
seen
like a
that
frog. And then whenever you put it on a belly weighted hook and you like jerk it underwater, it literally looks like a frog trying to get away. It's insane
Yeah,
how
it
the
looks
action
pretty
is, and it
cool.
floats. So I think I sent a video to the chat on Instagram to you guys, but these are amazing. Debo, when I send you a box, I'm gonna send you one of these. I'm not. Do you
All
want the
right, man.
big size or you want the small size? Because I mean,
How
they're
big is
pretty
big?
cool.
How small is small?
The small is about half the size of this one. Maybe. A
Oh, I
little
would say
smaller.
that one. That one for sure.
Okay, cool. Because they are.
We'll do a trade.
legit.
Let me know. We'll do a trade. We can switch boxes of stuff.
Okay, sure. Be awesome.
I've got some sweet finesse stuff I can send you.
Right?
All right, I'm
Yeah,
going to send you
long-
massive stuff then. All right,
So-
so.
Go ahead.
Oh, you go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say, Rich said every time you say algorithm,
Oh,
replace it with audience
good.
instead. So are you saying the audience on Instagram changed so much that they no longer like pictures, but they like reels?
Maybe.
I think.
That's an interesting thought.
I think there's some truth
I
to
saw an
that, but I
interesting
think some of
thing.
it is what the actual app or platform is pushing.
Yeah.
to.
So
Yeah.
my girl, she actually brought up an interesting topic to me before we get out of here. She said that she was watching something on TikTok, and essentially people are going to get tired of the shorts because that's all everyone's pumping right now, and they're going to want substance.
Mhm.
So
I like longer form content.
keep
That's
going.
just me.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
want short form content. I'm there for the information or for whatever the creator's offering.
Yep.
So,
Oh, he said speaking more about YouTube. Yeah, that makes sense. More on
Okay.
YouTube.
yeah.
I agree with that.
So, yep.
Yep.
We'll see you later. Gabe, that was
take it
awesome having you
easy.
on here. We need to get you on a stream too. A lot of
Yeah,
people
we
need to
can,
get on
man.
here.
Gabe's a good cat. He's got a lot of good info too.
Definitely. Yeah.
Not so
so I
much
think
Rich.
we'll end it.
Rich just lies a lot about stuff. Don't trust him. We need to get a shut up Rich shirt too. Oh, I'm kidding, Rich. I'm kidding.
Which is the man. But I think
That'd be fun. Yeah. Be cool. We had an awesome stream with Jason Emery. He does a lot of like tournament fishing. Awesome
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, I've seen some
he
of
makes
his
sweeps too.
unboxing
You
vids.
just sent me some more too.
Mm-hmm.
Shout
His
out to Jason.
jigs are amazing.
Amazing.
Yep. So All right. Well, I think we should end it there.
Yeah,
Thank you guys so much for joining us. This has been
appreciate everybody.
awesome time. Debo, if you shout out your channel
Time,
and
fellas.
Instagram or whatever.
Debo's Fishing. Yeah, look me up if you're interested in anything fishing. I kind of try to
Mhm.
dabble into all of it.
Debo
Fake
the
beards,
OG.
bait making, dinks, all of that. You got
That's
All
it.
of
So, thank you guys so much for joining us. This has been a ton of
Appreciate
fun.
everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Go follow and subscribe to Debo, and catch you guys next week.
Yes. See you all later, fishing fam.
See
Be
y'all.
good. Peace.